So in this video, we're going to be talking about the subtle differences and similarities between the Model Context Protocol or MCP and the agent-to-agent communication protocol called A2A, just released recently by Google at their developer conference. Most people are getting confused and they're asking a lot of questions as to what is the difference between these two protocols. They just try to wrap their head recently around what MCP is, and then now another protocol just got dropped on them and they get very confused and they're trying to find out what is the difference. When do I use A2A? When do I use MCP? So this video is going to be to cover the similarities and these differences so that you can know the mental model when you are using these two protocols to build any agent application or agent-to-agent collaboration application. Now we're going to cover how they're similar and how they're different. The Model Context Protocol by Anthropic tends to focus on a single agent gaining access to tools, to resources, and to prompts that were designed and developed by a different service. So this service allows it to invoke tools for crowd operations, bring in resources for context, and then maybe send prompts to the remote service, or to get prompts that have been designed by the remote service. So the Model Context Protocol has access, allows access for a single agent to invoke these tools and resources from a third party or from a different service. And the input and the output is structured, and the communication transport is either through standard input and output if the server is local, or through SSE via HTTP or HTTPS if the server is remote and not on the same local machine. So that is the main gist around the Model Context Protocol or MCP. Now, just like MCP, it also has structured input and output. It allows you to send data in multiple modalities, so text, structured JSON, binary content like images, audio, and video. However, the main difference is that the tools and the resources and the memory and the context that this agent is using to perform these operations is not exposed to the calling clients. So that's the main difference. Even though they are similar in that sometimes they might share similar transport mechanisms and structured input and output, structured data exchanges, the agent-to-agent protocol does not expose what tools and resources and context that are available to the calling clients, whereas the Model Context Protocol service or server exposes those tools and resources and sometimes the prompts for the calling clients to invoke and to be aware of that. That's the main differences between these two protocols. Another thing is that the Model Context Protocol focuses on just one agent gaining access to all these tools and resources and prompts, whereas the agent-to-agent communication protocol allows a single agent to bring in multiple agents to perform a task or to work together to perform a task, which could be immediate or synchronous in some situations, or sometimes asynchronous, and then you have to stream the responses or the results back to the calling clients. So I have an example that I want to use to solidify this concept and explain the differences between these two protocols once and for all, and make it very simple for you to grasp it and remember it for the long term. So think of a real estate developer that has a task. The task is to build a home, or maybe to repair a home, or to maintain a home. So this agent has this task in mind. So that is the goal. He has the money, he has the ability and the resources to perform this task. But he needs to bring in an electrician to do some of the electrical work. He needs to bring in a plumber to do some of the plumbing work, and he needs to bring in a painter to do some of the painting work. So this is what the real estate agent needs to do and wants to do. Now, when you take a look at how the agent-to-agent communication works, it's very similar to how this real estate agent would try to, real estate developer would try to acquire these other agents to do this particular task. So you have business cards, you have advertisements on Google Maps where you can put your capabilities, what you're able to do, and the agent will communicate, say, okay, I want to do this, and he or she would exchange information and then bring the person in to do the task. So agent-to-agent collaboration allows the agents to advertise their capabilities through these business cards called agent cards, and these registries could be public, where like Google Maps, everybody can see it, or it could be private. So if you have an organization where you have like a private list of people that are employees, and the real estate developer is part of that company, the directory does not have to be public. It can be a private directory where everybody knows who can do what, and they can bring them in to do the job. So that's the similarity that I'm trying to convey in this metaphor that I'm using. So back to the real estate developer. Now in this situation here, the real estate developer only needs to know what this electrician can do. Can you do the job or not? That's it. So agent-to-agent communication protocol, agent-to-agent protocol, or A2A, focuses on this real estate developer just understanding what this electrician is able to do. The developer does not need to know what tools the electrician is going to use to do the job. Now the electrician, just like in MCP, has to be aware of the tools that the electrician needs to do the job. So he is the one that is going to be interested in figuring out what tools and resources are available for me to do my job. So this is where MCP come in. However, when we talk about A2A, the real estate developer is only interested if the electrician can do the job. That's it. So that is what the A2A service will be advertising to the real estate developer, whereas the electrician has to figure out, okay, what tools are available for me? What resources do I need to do my job? Similarly, the painter has the same scenario. The real estate developer does not care what paint and what brush and what equipment the painter needs to do the job. He just has to understand that he can do the job or not do the job on time and with good quality. So, however, the painter has to know the brush and the equipment, the tools that he or she needs to do the job, and the paint and the quality of paint, the resources. So this is how A2A is different, even though it's similar to MCP. And I hope this really explains the technology and the protocol to you. So what happened is that this protocol was announced. There were so many partners that are part of this initial launch. You see people like Accenture, people like LangChain, Datadog, Elastic, the makers of Elasticsearch, SAP, Salesforce, and so many other companies are joining efforts to design the protocol and to make it work properly. Now, from the top of my head, the protocol is designed to leverage pre-existing protocols like HTTP and SSE and JSON, RPC to facilitate the communication, and is designed to be secure by default, requiring authentication. And they even recommend that the capabilities of the agent should not be exposed to anyone who's not authenticated. And there's also going to be support for long-running tasks that can run in the background, because you can imagine, like deep research, sometimes calling another agent to perform the task can take a while to complete, and they have to be support for long-running tasks and asynchronous communication and callbacks. And the modality is not just going to be text; it can support structured data like JSON, plain text, and also binary content like audio, video, and pictures and images. So it has a typical client-server architecture where the client can call an agent that has advertised their capabilities, and then one client or one agent can call other agents to perform some of these tasks and then get the results back before the final output is done. Now, the protocol breaks down the communication in much more detail. So if you come to this URL that I'm going to add in the description of the video, there is this concept of an agent, agent server and an agent client. The client first looks to the agents, to the registry to see what agent cards are available. So the agent cards are kind of like the business cards that the server agent advertises what they're able to do and all their capabilities. And then the clients would take a look at all these agents that are available. And then depending on what they're trying to accomplish, they can pick these agents to accomplish the task. And then the task is sent, and the task can have multiple statuses. So submitted, working, or in progress, and then input required, where the client has to specify some kind of data that needs to be received. And then it can, once that is done, the task is either now in completed, failed, or canceled state. And then the message, there are two types. Based on the role, so the user and the agent. So I guess the agent is going to be the server side and the user will be the client that is calling. And this messages contains parts. Now the parts, like I said earlier, can be binary content, which in that case is the file part. And then it can be plain text part, or structured JSON, like a data part. And then it can be synchronous or asynchronous, coming in through the HTTP transport. And there's a concept of discovery. So LangChain and Crew AI has examples of code that you can take a look. And then there is more details about the key protocol details for making sure that you understand the difference between MCP and A2A. But like I said earlier, A2A focus on the agent talking to another agent to perform the task. The agent does not have, the agent on the server side does not have to expose their resources, tools, and capabilities, their resources and tools and memory for the calling client. But with MCP, the agent, that is the client, needs to know what tools and what resources the MCP server has for it. It is intended to be used as a complementary protocol, but I am sensing that the MCP team from Anthropic might have an upgrade or an update to their protocol that might render this maybe not even necessary. So we're going to wait and see what's going to happen. But it was very interesting to see that Anthropic was not one of the partners that were listed in this list. You can take a look at it for yourself and see. Maybe the list will be updated in the future, but as of this time of recording this video on the 11th of April, we don't have Anthropic here. We don't also have some key frameworks like Pydantic AI in this partnership. So I'm not sure what those guys are working on and what if there will be a competing protocol to this agent-to-agent communication protocol. But I think it's a good idea. We'll just wait and see how the community adopts it and what happens in terms of the specifications and how it is leveraged by all the frameworks like LangGraph, like Crew AI and Pydantic AI and all those other multi-agent collaboration frameworks in Python, C#, Java, and you call it, you name it, what they're gonna do in the future. So I'm looking forward to this. And if you have any questions and you would like me to do a deep dive into any of these concepts, whether it's MCP, whether it's A2A, please put it as a comment in the video, and I will take a look at it and respond as soon as I can. I thank you for stopping by to check this out, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much.